Dad, what are you reading about?
It's business.
Oh, where does the government get their tax?
Why are you asking? You're only 7 years old.
Well, I'm just curious.
Well, I'll tell you how the government get their tax.
Where does the government get their tax? Well, let's discuss about that.
Taxes when an individual has to pay involuntary contributions imposed by the state to finance government spending. But it's not only us who spends our money on tax, it is also the different firms and properties of the country. The power of taxation is great. The government can compel us to pay taxes. In other words, we are required to pay money to the government to be able to provide us on public goods and services such as these buildings, and these are for the benefit of the community as a whole. There are different kinds of taxes: value-added tax, property tax, consumption tax, payroll tax, and income tax.
This is great and all, but you have not answered my question yet. You just defined what tax is.
Okay, son. Let the man talk. Sorry, continue on then.
Anyways, to answer the question, the government receives the money from us, firms, and properties through the different forms of tax, ranging from direct to indirect tax. Most of the time, people pay taxes without even knowing it. Direct tax is when we directly pay the government our taxes. Duh! Examples of are income tax, corporate tax, and social security contributions. Indirect tax is when we pay goods and services.
Like when we go shop in Green Hills or when we dine in McDo.
Examples of indirect tax are value-added tax or sales tax. Is that too much to comprehend?
No.
Anyways, let's put it into simple terms.
Tax is when individuals, firms, and properties pay involuntary tax to finance government spending. The government will be able to buy public infrastructures for the development of the country. The government can compel us to pay taxes, which is called the power of taxation. Finally, there are two different kinds of taxes: direct and indirect. Direct is when you pay directly to the government, and these are income tax, corporate tax, and social security contributions. And indirect tax is when we pay taxes on goods and services such as value-added tax. Now, I have some questions for you. What is tax? Is it A, involuntary contributions of the individual firms and properties to the government? B, voluntary contributions of the individual firms and properties to the government? C, involuntary contributions of the individual to the government? D, involuntary contributions of the individual to the firms and properties. Oh, I know. Letter A.
Next question. What is power of taxation? Is it A, when we do not want to pay tax? B, when we pay additional money for tips? Or C, when we are compelled to pay tax to the government?
Wait, let me think about this. I think the answer is letter C. Finally, last question. Where does the government get tax? Now I know. The government gets their tax from individuals, firms, and properties through direct and indirect tax, such as income tax, corporate tax, value-added tax, and others.